From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you into this Monday's edition of For the People on October the 23rd, 2017. Great weekend. I got to tell you, kind of excited. And can I tell you about it? The weather is preparing itself, at least here in Florida, to cool down a little bit. And I decided ahead of the cold front, I was going to just break out the, not the pressure cooker. That's a very nice device, like using that, but the crock pot. That's it, the crock pot. And I have a recipe that I want to share with you that turned out very successful. You know how some things you're not quite sure, you've tried things and then you experiment a little bit and it just works out fabulosa? Well, that was the case this weekend. And everybody enjoyed, which I'm very, very pleased that they did. But I normally will have pork that I'll let it set, or maybe chicken. But I put in the crock pot, I cut it up, in about 4 sections, a London broil. Cut it up, and here's the recipe if you're looking for something for a crock pot. And if you are not a big crock pot kind of person, this is the kind of meal that's just a no-brainer, okay? And first of all, get the crock pot if you don't have one. And it goes all day. You put it on in the morning, you set the timer, 8 hours, you come home, the whole house just smells delicious, and nothing to worry about. The thing's not going to catch fire. These things are really good. All right, so start off with a London broil, cut that up, pop that into the bottom. Put some garlic in there to taste. Some of you are garlic sensitive, so, maybe a clove, maybe 2. I like garlic, so plenty of garlic, pepper, salt. I use sea salt, preferably. And carrots, and the small potatoes, and some celery. And you know what? It came out delicious. Very simple, and you can serve it over rice. You can do it on the side. You can do it over potatoes. Some people like that, but over rice, it was unbelievably delicious. And that's no charge. Seriously, that's just Keith's famous recipe. But a London broil worked out, and it wasn't greasy. It was a very lean piece of beef, and it was just phenomenal. Oh, my God. I can remember, in the Northeast growing up, we had some pretty harsh winters. And there's nothing like having a beef stew or something really hearty. But, you have a lot of nice vegetables that are chopped up in there. You can put all sorts of things in there. There's just 1,000,001 crock pot recipes, but that's just one. It's very simple to prepare. I mean, prep time for all of that and ready to cook, 10, 15 minutes max, if that, and it was cooking away. I put some water in there. Yeah, maybe a cup, maybe a cup and a half. That's it. And there was plenty of leftovers, so I might be eating those tonight again. Anybody interested? If you're in the Tampa Bay area, that's where we do the radio show from Tampa, Florida. Couple of things here in Tampa. Besides the wonderful recipe here, so courtesy of Keith Allen, I might put it up on the website. Why not? Some examples of what it looks like. I could do that, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be as pretty the second day. Some people think it's better the second day, too. Second or third day, because it has a chance to kind of really meld itself together. I don't know. I think the first day was kind of the best. For whatever reason, I don't eat leftovers. I have good intentions. Most people in my house, we have good intentions of eating the stuff when we put it away. Usually it just never gets eaten, and that's a shame. given the fact that there's a lot of hunger. And it's not just overseas, it's here. So I try to be conservative about it. So what we do is try to cook for what we need. So that way there's not a whole lot of leftovers. But we had company, and it was kind of hard to gauge. And the meat just shredded off. So it was a lot of stuff. Good stuff. All right, there's some guy or guys, could be girls, but assuming guys, terrorizing Tampa, Florida. We got some kind of serial killer on the loose, and they have cameras on 24 hours a day. 3 people killed. They were all shot within a mile or so from each other, and they were all had something in common. They were all alone. So it's not a bad place to be. I don't even want to say it's on the fringe, but it's North Tampa. And a lot of people live there. It's pretty heavily populated, Seminole Heights, but it's got Tampa on edge, and it's got the police chief pulling his hair out. He doesn't have a whole lot to spare, the interim police chief, but it's got a lot of Tampians upset. We don't know if it's 1, we don't know if it's 2, but 3 people killed. And we don't have a whole lot of serial killers in the Bay Area, so it's kind of freaky. And, I cycle, but when the wind is up 10, 15 miles an hour, which it's been, I don't cycle, so I'll run. And there wasn't really anybody out where I go. And I'm in South Tampa, so it's not Seminole Heights, but I thought, geez, I hope the guy doesn't move over here. I mean, it makes you think, it makes you uneasy. So wanted to share that with you. Hopefully there'll be some good news where they can snag the guy. But, geez, the guy knows he's on candid camera. If he knows he's on camera, he's not going to. You're going to have to keep those cameras going. I don't think the guy's going to make another move knowing that they're looking for him. But they got cameras everywhere in that area now, just looking for any sign of the killer or killers. They're still just not sure if there's multiple people in this. But that's the deal here. Maxine Waters. A lot of people don't like Donald Trump. But especially Maxine Waters. We have a little thing put together here, a little montage before we get to the statement that's got everybody talking and got lawmakers very, very concerned. But something you would never hear if Barack Obama was actually still in the White House. But here's a little for disdain, if you will, about Donald Trump.
I wish I could sit with Dick, because I've got work to do. I'm cleaning out the White House. We're not going to take what is happening in this country. Haven't you taken enough? And then comes along this person who does not respect you, this dishonorable human being who cheats everybody. This dishonorable human being who will lie at the drop of a hat. This dishonorable human being who have the alt-right and the KKK and everybody else inside his cabinet. This dishonorable human being who can criticize everybody but Putin and Russia. Did he collude with Russia? I bet you Dick Gregory would tell me, yeah, he did it. Not only are we going to clean out the White House, we're going to take back the house that slaves built. And I know even my colleagues get very upset. Some get afraid when I say impeachment. When I get through with Donald Trump, he's going to wish he had been impeached. I'm going to say impeach 45 every day.
All right. It's unbelievable. Seriously. I mean, she believes this, and she echoes the sentiment of a lot of minorities, truthfully, that cannot stand the idea that there's not a black man in the White House. I mean, that's really where it comes down to, plain and simple. They were really cozy, very happy that they were able to take back the White House after slaves had built the White House, yada, yada, yada. Just Maxine Waters, it's 2017. we don't have to talk about the slaves. We don't have to talk about Tupelo, Mississippi. We don't have to talk about Selma. We don't have to talk about all of these things and drudge it back up again. I mean, this is the problem with the left. They like lamenting. They like being in the pig's trough. Anything that doesn't resemble a black man or a minority in the White House is a racist. And that's what everybody says. Not everybody, but a lot of the left. A lot of the left. A lot of folks in this country. Thank God it's not all, but a large majority of minorities believe this very same thing, and they echo the sentiments. But what is going on with Maxine Waters? I would hope that she'd be in an orange jumper. This is what she had to say over the weekend.
Wow, what a moving evening this is. I am sitting here listening, watching, absorbing, thinking about Ali, even though I never met him. And with this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight.
She's going to take Donald Trump out. I'm not like majorly concerned. I am, but I'm not. I'm more concerned about the people in the audience that are applauding her. That's a large applause for people that agree. She's already backpedaling. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. What was it insinuated to be? I'm going to take him out. Come on. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what that means. I'm going to take him out. And then the huge applause. Unreal. There is such hatred. Hatred, folks. There's dislike, which I disliked Obama for his policies, for things that he was doing to destroy this country. I didn't hate Barack Obama. I still don't hate Barack Obama. I don't even know if I hate any. I dislike a lot of things that people do. Stephen Paddock, Adolf Hitler. I hate what they did. I hate vehemently what they did. But hate is a terrible thing. We need to rid our hearts from hate. Get away from this hate. You hate Donald Trump? You want to kill him? Is that what you want to do? See, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about fueling the flames of hatred in this country. This is a case in point here. Maxine Waters. There's a Republican challenger, Omar Narbo. He called for her arrest after she told the audience that you just heard that she would take Trump out. Omar Narbo, whether he gets any play, I don't know. But I think she needs to seriously step down or just get out. Get out of the sight of the cameras. Just bow out. Go retirement. Go somewhere and get some religion, some real religion that sticks. But there's a movement going on, folks. There was a movement going on to get Donald Trump elected, and it was something that was building in this country. But now the counter protest, I am not going to take this sitting down kind of a thing. This is the left standing up and saying, I am going to do everything we possibly can to get this president out of the White House, even if we have to take him out. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And Obama's in the White House, he's next to the White House, about a mile and a half down from, where the president actually is. And he's doing this because he's part of the resistance. He's made claims to this. There's millionaires spending $10 million on ads that just kicked off this weekend to get him impeached because he's calling him mentally imbalanced, unhinged, with the nuke codes, that we have to get him out of the White House. This is 9 months later. 9 months later, this is they have no better